What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
I'm Ethan. Today we're going to go into, I'd say, what would this be? Knife episode number 2, Fixed Blade Philosophy episode 2. We're kind of look at what we've been really focusing on, and that's going to be like a battle belt knife. Like I said at the beginning, he's got a new belt, I've got a new belt. We're trying to figure out, try to kind of do the search of what the best knife is going to be. So we've got a little representation of like a couple mid-tier knives and a budget knife. I do have a top-tier knife.
Wait, you got this for me?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. So anyways, that was kind of planned, kind of not planned. This guy was all of a sudden trying to look at belt knives and stuff, and that's not something I was okay with. It's kind of a tradition I have, is I buy everybody their very first, for the first battle belt, I like to buy them their first knife. So right now we've kind of got everything from low tier. This is the Cold Steel SRK. You can get these for anywhere between 50, 60 bucks. If you find them on sale, you can get them even cheaper than that. Then kind of the $100 to, right around that $100 range, we've got the SE4, and this one's an S35, so it makes it a little bit more expensive. Those are usually run about $150 or so. Then you've got the SOG Pillar. This is in the $100 to $200 range. So we're gonna call. Hey Logan.
Yeah.
Are you still shooting at paper targets like a peasant?
Yeah. What else would I shoot? Pop cans?
Haven't you ever wanted to shoot at competition grade steel?
Yeah, but though it's like super expensive.
Well, here at R&R, we only recommend the best. Challenge targets.
Whoa. How'd you do that?
I went over to challengetargets.com and used the code RR10 at checkout to get 10% off my entire purchase.
The entire purchase?
Yep, the entire purchase.
But what if I want to train with my rifle?
Well, lucky for you, Challenge Targets has a whole line of rifle-rated targets. Like this IPSEC rifle-rated A-Zone flapper target with the armored stand. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to go order targets at challengetargets.com using code RR10 to save 10% off my entire purchase.
Man, that's the smartest thing you've said all day.
That's challengetargets.com. Use code RR10 to save 10% off your entire purchase.
So we're going to call this like the higher end of the mid-tier. And this is a great knife. It comes in S35 VN, US made, micarta scales. For the money, that's probably the knife I've been most impressed with so far. Yeah. Because you can get them for about 170, 180 bucks.
You find them on sale, you said, too. Yeah. For a little bit lower price.
And then in the front and center here, we've got the Montana Knife Company Task Force 24. And that's kind of like their almost big knife, but not quite big knife. Kind of perfect for what we're looking at doing here. But this one comes in Magna Cut, which is kind of the new hotness right now. But the SRK, I don't think I went over that. I'm not sure what the steel is. I think it's SK5 steel, which is a higher-ish carbon tool steel, I believe. So yeah, so that's kind of the layout of the actual knives themselves. As far as the sheaths go, they've all got pretty decent sheaths. The worst one is, of course, the SRK. The sheath is not the best. It works, but it could use some improvements. The sheath for the SOG Pillar is it's very nice. Yes. I'd say I like it a lot. It's small, it's minimalistic. It's got the rivets, so you can attach different kinds of attaching methods. This one here, we threw a molly clip on the back. But yeah, for a knife that comes out of a factory, a mass production knife, the sheath is very nice.
Even with that, let me say that again real quick. Even we'll zoom in on it a little bit, but even just this knife has legitly blown us away in a way.
Oh,
for what it's worth, for what you get for the price and everything. and even just little simple simple things that they do, like this little
The jimping.
on this this rivet right here, just so we, when you're trying to push it out of the sheath, like you have, like, it's not rounded, so you're not like slipping off of it if you're sweaty, wet, muddy, bloody, whoever. But you can really like dig your thumb in there and push that bad boy out.
Yeah.
I mean, just little things like that is just, it's just nice to see.
They put a lot of thought into
Yeah,
it, without a doubt.
yeah.
So this sheath, for, like I said, for a mass production knife, it's even got a little hole right here at the base, so if you get water inside there, it's not going to sit on your blade. Little drain hole. For the SE, it came with a Kydex sheath, or I believe it's Kydex. It might be a plastic of some part, or polymer. And then I got the backing that has the Molly clip on it. They're the Molly backing that comes from SE. And then Montana Knife Company, we really haven't played with this knife. This knife just came out of the box.
Yeah.
But they're really well known for having like awesome sheaths. This one came with a Yulty clip. We're gonna get a Molly attachment for it, of course, for his belt. But it's got, everything that it needs as far as the rivets in the right places, correct spacing, drain hole at the bottom. It's got pretty decent retention from what I just felt. But
And even just kind of hopping back over to the SE one, like if it's not
you talking about the SE or the SOG?
the SE, even if it's not Kydex, if it is plastic, it's not a junky plastic.
No,
it's not,
it feels like a nicer
durable.
polymer
Yeah.
or Kydex of some sort.
I mean, it's definitely not, one of those things that you throw away and go find another one. I mean,
Yeah, and we might pick up a few other knives over this the course of doing this that fit in this. The one is the new Gerber strong arm and Magna Cut.
Yep.
For $150. That knife looks super promising.
That's what was the Civivi Modern Hunter?
Yeah, well, yeah, but that'd be more of kind of probably a plate knife. But that's another knife we're probably gonna pick up just to do some testing on and try to.
That's running what, around 90-ish bucks, give or take.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of options out there.
Oh, there's more options now than there ever were. I mean, back when I first started getting into this, it was SE,
Rat,
K-Bar,
Ontario.
Ontario Rat knives, and then you can get into some custom knife makers. But nowadays, with the more prevalent that these super steels have become, I mean, I remember when top of the line was S30V. Now S30V is kind of like the base for most companies, and it only goes up from there to S35, CPM M4, Magna Cut, Crewwear, different seals like that. So right now, for you to be able to get into an S35 blade for under $200 is insane, especially something that's as thick as this with a thick spine. But yeah, I mean, just overall, that's the knife I've got on this battle belt. This will probably be the knife I'm gonna throw on the new one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Testing is still underway. But kind of wanted to give you guys a brief overview of like what the tactical field knife entails and why it's kind of perfect for this style of battle belt. Because with a tactical field knife, you want something that's got a little bit of a thicker spine, a pretty good steel, something you can use to fight with if you absolutely had to. Something that's going to do small tasks very well, like cutting through 550 cord, cutting through zip ties, opening up packages of food like MREs and stuff, and something that's going to hold an edge, be a little bit rust resistant, and also be able to sharpen it fairly easy in case you're out in the field and you got to throw a new edge on it. But yeah, one of the things we look for is going to be a nice thick spine, something that's full tang, of course. Because if this is a combat knife, it's on your battle belt. If you ever do find yourself in a situation where you're in a vehicle accident or you're in a building of some sort and you've got to use this as a prying tool, which you're not supposed to. Don't use your knife to pry with, but if you absolutely have to, you want that knife to be able to do it. If you've got to cut through the aluminum side of an airplane, say, or if you've got to use it for an emergency situation where you've got to try to dig underneath something, you don't want a knife that's going to be super thin and bend and break the tip on it and stuff. So
don't hop at the first thing. Obviously, looking cool is half the battle and stuff. So, but also don't get overwhelmed. I mean, there is a lot, just like firearms. Like there is a lot that goes into this, and just do your research, take your time, save your money up, and make the right decision. So,
well, if you don't have enough magazines, say for your sidearm, or enough magazines for your rifle, or you don't have a good stockpile of ammo, there's nothing wrong with this $40 knife.
Yeah.
Especially to fill the void for the time being, or going out and getting a SE4 that's in 1095. You can get those for around $90 probably, I think. And those knives are going to do you just fine. I mean, they've done phenomenal for years. We're just kind of right now looking for the best that we can get at the lowest price point possible.
Yeah.
So as always, guys, if you guys like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, share to your friends. It really helps us out. All the comments help. Everything helps. Because the closer, the more subs we can get, and the quicker this channel can grow, the more cool stuff we're going to be able to do.
Like the support has been awesome. I mean, even if it is just a sub here, 5 subs here, a comment here, a repost here, a share here, whatever it is, like, we see everything. We see all the good, the bad. We want you guys to comment. If you guys have a question on something, or how we did a drill, or why we picked this, or
well, it's like, and also if we have a field knife that would fit this criteria that we don't have on the table here,
yeah,
and you think we should, let us know down below.
Yeah. As always, like he said, please continue with the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Turn that notification on so you guys get notified every time that we drop a short, or especially a video. The videos are really going to help us the most. But as always,
we'll see you guys next time with your daily dose of R&R.
We'll see you guys.